ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein & Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.
Game at Oliver Ames High School. This evening, we'll honor our Oliver Ames Senior Tigers for their commitment and contributions to the OA varsity soccer team. Thank you to the Easton Youth soccer players supporting and escorting our seniors tonight. Number 1, goalkeeper, Captain Zach Gilson. Zach is escorted by his parents, Jeff and Katie Gilson. He is cheered on from the stands tonight by his grandparents, Peter and Peggotty Gilson. Cheering on from Los Angeles, Washington, D.C., and Raleigh are his 3 older brothers and his 3 sisters-in-law. Zach intends to study engineering in college. Number 2, center back, Alejandro Landaverde. Alejandro is escorted by his mom, Erin, father, Jose, and sister, Grace. Cheering him on from the stands are his grandparents, Ann and Mark Drury, as well as other members of the Wooster and Landaverde family watching from here and at home. Number 4, Connor Hedrick. Escorted by his parents, Todd and Kim, and sister Caitlin. Connor is interested in pursuing and playing soccer in college. Cheering on from the stands are his grandmothers, Deb and Carol, and his auntie, Heather. Number 5, defender, midfielder, striker, and captain, Nicky Babanicas. Escorted by his parents, Gus and Camille Babanicas, Nicky has not yet decided if he'll play soccer at the collegiate level, and his college plans are still undecided. His brother Michael and sister Katie are both cheering him on tonight from college. Cheering him on from the stands are his family, friends, and former coaches, and as always, watching him from above are his 2 grandfathers. Number 7, box-to-box midfield, Josh Andrade Ferreira. Josh is looking to play soccer at the collegiate or international level next year. His dream is to play for the Cape Verdean national soccer team. Escorted by his mom, Maria, and brothers, Freddie and Keenan. Cheering him on from the stands tonight are part of his village, his coach and mentor, Carlos Semedo, his uncle and mentor, Valdir, his grandmother, Maria Jose, grandmother, uncles, aunts, and cousin sisters, Maya and Malia. All the way from Cape Verde, he's cheered on by his soccer academy, FSOD, as well as his dad, Elton, and grandparents, Braz and Lucy. Number 6, Ben Schoenfeld. Escorted by his mom, Wendy, dad, Stu, and his brother, and OA soccer alumni, Sam. Grandma Toby is watching from Florida. Number 10, striker Cyrus Henjani. Escorted by his grandmother Manu and sister Soraya Henjani, Cheering him on from overseas and sending all their love are his parents and brother. Number 12, Max Falconeri, escorted by his parents Amy and Vinny and his sister Stella. Cheering him on from the stands are his Nana and the Elderberry girls. Number 11, Anthony Teixeira, escorted by his mom, Stacy Mello. Cheering on from the stands are his siblings, Mia and Chris, stepdad Roger, and his grandparents, Vavu and Vavoa. Number 17, right back, Kevin Crislow Inera. Kevin is looking to play soccer at the college level next year, escorted by his mom, Maria Conlent, and his grandbrother, Cedric Crisillo Inera. Number 32, Devin Singleton. Devin is escorted by his mother, Amy Whitten, and grandmother, Susan Whitten. Cheering him on tonight from the stands are his family and dear friends. They're gonna do a picture. I'm gonna read a statement, then they're gonna do lineups. So I don't know. Okay.
No, we're still good.
All right, cool.
Only 5:24.
Perfect. Actually.
Yeah, that's what I said. We're doing great. Doesn't always work out like that.
You should have Carolyn plan everything.
Yeah.
Seniors and their families would like to thank the entire coaching staff for their support and guiding throughout the years. A special thank you to head coach John Barada for always pushing the athletes to succeed on and off the field and leading them to states. We also want to recognize and congratulate the graduating seniors from Milford, wishing all the seniors good luck in their future endeavors. Lineups, starting with the visitors from Milford. Number 2, Mike Gonzalez. Number 4, Gianelli Kaysen. Number 5, Guy Charisma de Heroux. Number 7, Danny Da Silva. Number 8, Henrique Lopes. Number 9, Marco da Silva. Number 10, Nasik Morea. Number 11, Brian Ribeiro.
Today's like not the night.
Number 13, Cale Martins. Number 20, Bruno Estevez. And number 32, Lurie Diaz. And now for your starting lineup and seniors from the OA Varsity Boys Soccer Team. Number 7, Joshua Braz Andre Ferreira. Number 5, Captain Nikki Babanikis. Number 12, Max Falconeri. Number 1, Captain Zachary Gilson. Number 10, Cyrus Henjani. Number 4, Connor Hedrick. Number 17, Kevin Anera. Number 2, Alejandro Landaverde. Number 9, Ben Schoenfeld. Number 32, Devin Singleton. And number 11, Anthony Teixeira. At this time, we'd ask for you to all rise and remove your caps for the playing of our national anthem. Thumbs up on or... Hello and welcome to Senior Night here at Muscato Stadium in Easton, Massachusetts for tonight's game between Oliver Ames and Milford's boys varsity soccer. Excellent game here tonight, about 60 degrees here in Easton. Number 1 in the state ranked Oliver Ames up against number 10 in the state ranked Milford. Milford's record somewhat deceiving in terms of their quality as a team. 2 wins on the season, but overall playing against some massive opponents, including St. John's, Division 1, rank 1. Have certainly given them the record that they have, but strong showing against most teams, a lot of ties on their calendar, lots of wins, not very few losses, has earned them that 10th ranking. If you're looking at undefeated Oliver Ames versus Milford, you might be thinking this is a bit of a pushover game for Oliver Ames, but I assure you this Milford team is much better than they look, led by number 7, Danny Da Silva. Senior striker is already a Hockomock top 11 last year as a junior. Exciting lineup here for Oliver Ames to start the game here. Coach Barada choosing, as is tradition, to start all of his seniors in the game here. So some faces we haven't seen in a while, some faces we got to see for the first time early in the week with OA's 3-1 victory over North Attleboro. So tonight, new lineup here to share up front, and Johnny backing him up. Anera and Falconeri up front alongside Tex and Henjani, who normally sees time. They're backed up in the middle by Josh Braz, Devin Singleton. In the back line with Landa Verde, Hedrick, Captain Nicky Babanikas, and Ben Schoenfeld shoring up the right-hand side of the Oliver Ames defense. Excellent night here for senior night. Good ceremony beforehand, celebrating all the years of hard work these players have put into their craft. Easton, being a soccer town, getting onto this field is a real support or commendment for how much work these players put into it. Anera on the ball now, looking to spring to Shara. Can't quite connect, knocked out by Milford. Hedrick back up to clear that ball out of the defense. Slows it down, takes a touch at tide, pushes it, I believe, for a Oliver Ames throw. Good play by Hedrick to get that out of bounds and safely for an all-away throw. Hedrick gets us restarted. Tries to find Falconeri. Ball's lost quickly out of bounds. Marcos Da Silva loses the ball out of bounds for Milford, but they do get the call on them. Getting us restart is Charisma from Milford. Hedrick gets his head to it first to Landa Verde. Excellent clearance by Singleton. Teixeira and Falconeri can't connect to bring that forward. Now Anera on the ball. Loses it out. Long ball forward from Milford, but senior and captain Zach Gilson smart to get off his line and get to that ball before it can come in. Huge crowd here tonight, Friday night soccer. Supporting the Oliver Ames team, three-time champion, three-time back-to-back state champion, Oliver Ames. Anera back to Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld looks to give it back, loses it over to Milford. Hedrick gets his head to it, tries to push it out. Milford comes away with it. Past Landa Verde, but Schoenfeld gets in there and gets the foot to it to knock it out. Singleton dribbles it out, finds Braz. Braz smashes it away, looking for Henjani. Oliver Ames with a new lineup, new players out there for tonight's game, looking to settle and slow this game down to get that ball moving around. Throw in for Oliver Ames at about half. Looking at Milford's game this past season, it looks like they seem to start slow in their games, but oftentimes do come back to secure a tie or a win late in the game. Be interesting to see how this all-senior lineup performs against a team that historically has somewhat started slow. Babanikas over to close down that push forward from Milford. Long ball over top from Milford, and once again, Gilson smart off his line, able to easily get there before any attacking players can possibly get near it. As I mentioned, beautiful night here in Easton. Boys freshman team got to have their cancer awareness game tonight, so if you are randomly listening and looking to support, Snack Shack is open. Schoenfeld to Singleton, to Braz. Good movement by the seniors. Falconeri gets touched to it, looking to spring Braz. Braz gets there, pushes Falconeri into the corner. Milford will be there, pick it up. Casera. Gee. We're going to stick with Gee for him for the rest of the night. Milford, a team that can actually match Oliver Ames for height. You're seeing, obviously, Babadikas out there on the bench for the normally starting. Lucas Halama, one of the taller players in the Hockomock. Milford, on the other hand, especially with Geese, one of those teams that can match him. Quick throw in from Milford, knocking it back. Long ball into the box. Gilson again, smart off his line. Not playing super close to his goal line. Able to spring forward, get into those long passes before Milford can build anything. Smashes forward. Over Falconeri, got a hand on his back. He's looking for the ref to call. No call. Falconeri comes through. Slight touch on the ankle. Call goes against Falconeri. It's going to be a Milford kick from about half. I guess not about half. Exactly half. Headed into the box for Milford. Gilson again off his line to collect that. Very safe and aware play by Zachary Gilson to start this first half. Aware of those balls coming in from trying to get through the senior defense from Oliver Ames. Singleton does a good job clearing that ball out. Going to be a Milford throw. Oliver Ames winning against North Attleboro earlier in the week, actually locked in their spot in the playoffs. Long ball forward looking for an error, who's running onto that quickly. That is going to get forward to the goalkeeper for Milford. Glory Diaz. Huge kick out from him. Picked up by Milford in the attacking zone. Ball pushed forward. Babanikas and Hedrick combined to get that out of there. Excellent header by Schoenfeld. Senior defense holding well. A long ball forward from Hinjani, finding Teixeira. Closed down quickly by two Milford defenders, but wins Oliver Ames a throw in. Strong play by Teixeira, playing back to ball, or back to the defense. Long throw by Schoenfeld. Teixeira gets to it. Milford finally gets a foot to it and clears it out long. Strong header by Landaverde. Knocked forward. No team's really settling the ball here in the beginning minutes of the game. Strong header by Hedrick, knocking that ball forward, looking for Brazer. Falconeri can't find either of them. Milford, poor communication there on that pass outside the line. Gives Oliver Ames their first somewhat attacking opportunity. Hedrick to get us restarted. Has got options in front of him. First and second touch to Milford, knocked across, but Teixeira coming back for that, can't corral it. Picked up by Milford, still pushing forward. Long pass into the defense. Landaverde there to knock it clean. Milford still maintaining control of the ball. Singleton now gets the ball away from him. Gets it over to Hinjani. Knocked up by Landaverde. Here comes Falconeri now to Braz. Braz's first touch escapes and too far. Picked up by Milford. Milford looking to settle this ball for the first time in the game. They choose to, again, to go for a long ball right into the box. Gilson then, again, smartly off of his line to collect that ball before any damage can be done. Looks like the first two subs for Oliver Ames are coming in. Walsh and Mercieri coming in for the next throw in here. Walsh will likely to go in for an attacking position. And then I would think Mercieri would shore up that defense. Maybe get to push Babanikas forward a little bit. Milford where they kick just over the half on their attacking side of the field. Ball launched long into the box. Gilson there to pick it up again. Gilson has had a lot of activity so far in this first half. Might be more activity he had in the entire game against North Attleboro. 3-1 victory from Oliver Ames. Long ball, again, picked up by Milford, which is normally a strength of this Oliver Ames team, controlling the ball in the midfield, especially off goal kicks, punts, and so on. Anything coming out of the back, they've normally got a strong midfield. Excellent pass by Hanjani, trying to find Falconeri, putting pressure on the Milford defense. Did we win a throw or not? Falconeri being spoke to by the ref to calm down. This is second hard foul, kicking it out of the back of an ankle. Third substitution lining up for Oliver Ames. Looks like Lucas Lamas looking to come into this game. 10 minutes gone in the first half, 0-0. Neither team really controlling. I guess you'd say most of the opportunities have gone to Milford, but largely just long balls into the box. No real danger. Another long ball forward from Oliver Ames, smartly defended by Oliver Ames' defense, shielding Ribeiro from getting to Gilson, and Gilson again, smart heads-up play, getting off his line quickly and getting to that ball before any danger can come of it. Long ball to Anera. Anera flicks it on into the Milford defense. Pressure creates another long ball from Milford. Picked up very well by Babanikas. Finds Hanjani. His first touch escapes him. Milford comes in. Hedrick's smartly there in front. Blocks that away. Try to get the ball forward to Falconeri. Can't find him. Another Milton throw-in. Milford makes a defensive throw, looking to settle that ball, bring it around the defense. Past the center. Lots of pressure coming in from Teixeira and Anera. Teixeira not slowing down, giving everything he has before any possible substitutions. Again, what makes high school soccer and youth soccer different from if you're a pro soccer player is that the amount of substitutions are unlimited. You can get subbed out, some back in. So if you're a player on this team and you're not willing to run constantly, don't expect to have a lot of minutes, especially in those forward and midfield positions. Hard foul here. I believe that's going to be Hanjani down. Looks to be okay. Singleton over there to help him out. Oliver Ames is get us restarted with Johnny getting back up. Being assisted up by the referee. And Johnny sliding off the field. Early back injury early in the season. Hopefully that's not re-aggravated. Sophomore standout, David Ecanaro taking the space in that attacking midfield position. New lineups, new structure to the team every single week here with Oliver Ames. Last week saw a very interesting ending with Babanikas playing center forward, winged by Walsh and Hanjani with Ecanaro behind them, worked effectively against North Attleboro. Shot from Teixeira, deflected by a Milford defender, rolls right to that Milford goalkeeper. Teixeira still foot on the pedal, gas all the time with him when he's on the field. Substitutions coming in now. Singleton coming off, good run from him. Actually, I would say very good run from him. Falconeri coming off as well. Babanikas pushing forward. So your defense is looking like Anera as well. Schoenfeld still in the field. Gets us restarted. Finds Hanjani with a throw-in. Now Braz. Hanjani. Teixeira is earning his minutes with, again, that non-stop running that he's been doing here. Defense right now looks like Schoenfeld, Halama, and Mercieri. And Hedrick still on the field as well. Good job from him earning those minutes. Long throw in from Schoenfeld into the box. Knocked over by Teixeira. Walsh is there with a header just outside the far post. Pressures the goalkeeper to keep him moving. First big chance of the game here. Walsh almost got his head to it. Slightly higher jump or better direction on that ball. That might have been a goal. Long ball back into play by the goalkeeper. Picked up first touch to Oliver Ames, second touch to Oliver Ames. Braz under a lot of pressure, tried to sprint to Sheriff forward, passes just beyond his reach. Nice work by Schoenfeld. The seniors showing the depth of this Oliver Ames team here against Milford. 10 minutes, no real good chances for Milford. Well played, especially by those defenders from Oliver Ames who have still largely kept this group together here. Long throw from Milford down the right-hand side. We're going to have, I believe, a foul call on Milford. There should be a kick restart for Oliver Ames. Or was the referee calling for an offsides here? No, sorry, not an offsides. A throw-in. Schoenfeld does get us restarted with a throw-in. Icanaro using his head. Uses his head to great effect with a goal against Milford. Bobanikas couldn't get to it. Dangerous play by him. Hard collision between him and Martins on Milford. Marford's down. I think Bobanikas is seeing Walsh breaking away from the defense and trying to get to the ball over to Walsh quickly. Knee came up, ball took a little longer to get there. Martins gets hit and goes down. Back up here now. Braz gets the ball headed forward to Icanaro. Foul on Milford against Braz. Some of the Oliver Ames players looking for an advantage there with Icanaro, with the ball landing at Icanaro and those players charging forward. Mercieri, long kick into the box. Icanaro trying to replicate his goal from last week with a header. Can't get to it. Here comes Milford, attacking an opportunity for them. Ball forward, well picked up by Halama, knocked out, but Milford still with control. Well played by Mercieri, good positioning. Here comes Walsh, player on him, chips it forward to Bobanikas. Bobanikas driving through two players, gets it past one, gets it past another. Who can get in that box? Teixeira's there. Ball goes over his head, they can't connect. Good pass forward by Walsh, excellent dribble by Bobanikas through two defenders. Schoenfeld with the ball. Finds Bobanikas, chips it over to Braz. Back to Landaverde. Landaverde with a long ball just over the goal. We got a bonds for a Milford goal kick. Substitution now for Oliver Ames, going back to their defense as it stood in the last game. So Schoenfeld and Hedrick leaving the field. Subbed on for Fedorchik and Gavin on the left-hand side. Halama gets it over to Mercieri. Mercieri looks forward, finds Walsh. Walsh with the player on and brings it down. Tries to roll forward. Well played by Walsh through one defender. Second defender gets to it, gets his foot to it, but loses it out of bounds. That'll be an Oliver Ames throw, and Fedorchik over to take it. He's got options in the box. Actually, that's not true. He's got zero options in the box. He's got some options at the top of the box. Gets it over to Walsh. Walsh all the way back to Landaverde. New defensive lineup here from Barada. Excellent positioning by Mercier to stuff out that attack before it gets started. So you've got Halama pushing in from the side as Icanaro gets in the box, tries to find Bobanikas, can't. Long ball forward, Gilson well off his line and out of his box. Has all the time in the world to scroll backwards and let that ball roll into his hands inside the box. Unlike outside of the box, which might have happened in a state championship last year. Gavin down the left-hand side. Good pull back by him. Finds Halama. Halama pushes ball forward. There's Bobanikas on the ball. Yeah, so with Lucas Halama pushing into the middle of central defense, it's allowed him to do two things. He's pushing Landaverde up into a CDM position, really freeing up Bobanikas to play that center forward. Bobanikas now with that ball. Good touch by him. has got an option on the left-hand side. And that's Schoenfeld, who got pushed forward on the substitution when Gavin came in. So you're going to start seeing, or actually, I shouldn't say you're going to start seeing, you're seeing for this game and the last game, Babanikas playing central forward, Halama in the center of the defense with Landaverdi playing the CDM position, which normally Babanikas holds. Oliver Ames having trouble settling the defense, but Gilson gets it out of there. Finds Schoenfeld. Schoenfeld to Landaverdi. Landaverdi long to Babanikas. Waiting for options to arrive. Pushes it over to Walsh. Walsh turns it into the box. Shooting opportunity for him. Rips the shot, but it's going to be far of the post. Oliver Ames offense looking dangerous, pushing forward. Babanikas and Walsh playing well together so far in the first half. Ball to Haft. First touch to Milford. Second touch to Milford. Through the defense. Fedorchik gets there, clears that ball out of bounds for a Milford throw-in. Milford quick to take that throw, or quick to run to get to the ball. Ball comes in short. Braz gets the second touch with though. Can't drive it through those midfielders. Here comes Milford down their left-hand side. Excellent play by Fedorchik, knocking off the Milford player for an Oliver Ames throw-in deep in their defensive zone. Thrown back to Mercieri on the goal line. Clears it to about half, but first touch to Milford. What excellent play, excellent maneuver there by number 8 on Milford to get around Ekanaro. Milford beginning to get their feel for the game here. Knock from Ekanaro from behind. It's going to be called for a very, very dangerous Milford kick just outside the box. Maybe 8 to 10 yards outside the box, right in front. So clear shooting opportunity. Very similar spot to where 08 gave up their only goal to North Attleboro. 4 players in the wall. Milford collecting at the top of the box. Marcos da Silva on the ball. Have to assume he's looking to shoot from here. Here comes a shot, knocked off the wall, picked up by Milford by the first touch. Excellent work with Bailey Gavin using his body to shield that ball away and out of bounds for a Oliver Ames goal kick. Game's getting dangerous on both ends. "20 minutes gone in the first half, 0-0, Oliver Ames against Milford. Long ball from Mercieri. First touch to Milford, second touch to Oliver Ames. Looks like I might have missed a substitution there. Looks like Dylan Fisher's now on the field. Fedorchik to Walsh down the right-hand side. Walsh and the player on him. Chips it into the box. First knocked out by Milford, and then they got the second touch to it to knock it well clear. Strong heady on a very, very tall player, Flo Kellner from Milford. As I was saying, Milford, one of the few teams in the Hockomock that can match Oliver Ames for size. Kellner and Gee for Milford really standing tall in throw-ins and corner kicks. Landaverdi gets his foot to it, gets the ball knocked out, trying to find Babanikas. Can't. Here comes Milford again. Strong run by Lopes. Milford across the box. First touch to Bailey Gavin, knocks it out of bounds for a corner kick. Really strong play here by Da Silva and the rest of the Milford team looking to get first blood in this first half here. Keep your eyes on 25 and number 5 from Milford, the 2 players who can certainly tower over a lot of the other athletes on the field. Kellner might have the size advantage on Halama. Certainly not something that Halama's seen this entire season. Kick comes in, knocked out of bounds by Milford, getting us restarted for a Oliver Ames goal kick. High press here from Milford. Walsh chips it on, trying to find Braz. Can only find the Milford midfield. Milford looking to control. Walsh's pressure knocks it out of bounds. This could be a Milford throw-in. Key to get us restarted. Long throw, first touch to Braz. Milford knocks it across the center of the field. Could switch from them. 2 players on, Fisher and Gavin combining. Bobanique's coming back from that center forward position to clean that up. Victor in for Schoenfeld on that left-hand forward position, or left wing. Ball wide for Milford. They've got space to maneuver here. Around Fedorchik, knocked out of bounds and shielded out of bounds by both Braz and Mercieri. Restarted by Oliver Ames. Can't get it past the half, though. Headed on. Gilson again to clean up those extra balls getting to that box. High ball. Milford gets to it first, but only gets it as far as Braz. Milford with some control here, loses to Braz. Neither team's really settling in, some chances here and there. Handball on Morea from Milton. Stopped an attack from Milford. Mercieri gets us restarted. Bobanikas tried to spring Walsh, a little heavy on the touch, knocked out of bounds. That'll be a Milford throw-in. Neither team's connecting well passing, especially in the offensive zone here. Milford's had some good switches of play. All of Ames have been largely forward. Some good attacks, but not controlling the ball or controlling the pace of this game in any way. Victor pressuring Milford. Combined to get that ball knocked back to the goalkeeper, who has to knock it out as far as he can. Gavin can't control it. Picked up by the Milford player, who knocks it out of bounds for an Oliver Ames throw-in. Throw it from Halama. Long throw headed by Bobanikas, trying to find Walsh. Walsh gets to it. Gets it back to Fisher. Here comes a switch. Fedorchik looking for the ball down the right-hand side. Brazos can't connect on that pass correctly. Here comes Milford again. Good back check by Fisher to get to that ball. Knocked forward by Landavaroti, but no one there from Oliver Ames to get that pass. Here comes Milford again. 5-6 players forward from Milford. First real heavy attacking opportunity here. Fisher knocks it long. Knocked around by both teams here. No one really, again, gaining any level of control. Landaverde clears, but only as far as Milford again. Walsh gets the ball. Pushes forward, looking for Victor. Can Victor get to that ball? Can't get it, goes out of bounds. Milford getting us restarted from a defensive throw. Halama and Mercieri communicating as to who's getting to that ball first. Here comes Victor. Touch over to himself. Has got Walsh next to him. Surrounded by several Milford defenders. Loses it, but they can't get it past Braz. Here comes Gavin down the right-hand side. Knocked off the ball, but called for a throw-in for Milford. Milford gets us restarted. 12 minutes left in the first half, 0-0. Neither team is really settling in. Hammered out of bounds from Milford. Shockingly didn't go further out of bounds. Looks like a OA player is down on the far hand side. It might be Nascimento down, one of OA's top scorers. I didn't see what happened specifically on him. Was probably on that large ball that went out of bounds. Looks like Braz is also coming off the field. So Braz and Victor both leaving the field. Victor having trouble walking. Hope he's okay. Landaverde finds Ecanaro. Ecanaro, 2 players on him. 3 players on him. Does an excellent job getting the ball back to Gavin. Really good breakout year for Ecanaro. Gavin. Back to Halama. Halama gets to Mercieri. Mercieri space to dribble. Pushes forward to Fedorchik. Doesn't get there in time. Here comes Milford with Fedorchik out of position. Ecanaro getting back for him, holding off that Milford defense, and Landaverde and Ecanaro combining to get that out of there. Here comes Milford looking for an offensive switch. Gets all the way across, finds Gonzalez coming out of the defense. This is as good of a game as you expected to be. Ecanaro, absolute heads-up play by him, heading the ball back to a free Gilson. Rules of soccer allow for pass back to the goalkeeper if you're using your head or chest or anything other than your foot. One of those somewhat obscure rules that a lot of players in the heat of the game somewhat can forget, but Ecanaro had good head on his shoulders there to recognize the positioning of Gilson and the position of the ball, and using his head to get it back to Gilson. Mercier, long kick, top of the box. Picked up by Milford. Fisher's there, brings it down. Touches it forward, looking for Ecanaro. Lots of Milford players in the front. Here comes Johnny with Walsh. Can't get a shot off. Here comes Milford. Ecanaro again, back very, very well. Call from the far ref as a push in the back on Ecanaro by Martins. Good call from the far ref. You know, the player doesn't have to fall on the ground for a penalty to be called. Mercier, tons of Oliver Ames players gather the box. Landaverde and Gavin back. Chip across the goal. Touched down by a Milford player for a shooting position, but no one from away was there. Gavin tries to head that push from Oliver Ames past anyone. Can't quite get it. Mercier takes the choice to clear it. Drops actually in bounds. And here comes Milford still. Fake the switch of the field. Still on the left-hand side. Fedorchik gets his foot to it. Knocked out of bounds off the Milford player. Good defense by Fedorchik. And Johnny back on the field from the earlier injury concern. Long throw from Fedorchik finds Babanikas. Fisher launches the ball forward under a lot of pressure. Milford's defense gets it forward to the midfield. Stylish play from Milford, but can't get past Gavin. Gavin finds Walsh. Has trouble controlling it, but does get the ball over to Babanikas.
Ekanara's got options around him. Brings the ball back. Tries to use his body to get that ball out of bounds, but misses. Excellent tackle by Landaverde. Landaverde not with many options in front of him. 4 Milford players. Ball out of bounds for an Oliver Ames throw. Excellent tackle there by Landaverde. Fedorchik's getting us restarted. 3 attacking options in front of him with Hinjani in the box. Gets it to Walsh, flicks it over to Babanikas, but Milford there first to the ball. Excellent run back from Walsh to push off the Milford player, and good positioning by Fedorchik to push that forward. Ekanara enjoying using his head here. Ball chip forward, Walsh into the box. Headed out by Guy from Milford. Here comes Babanikas looking to spring. Walsh knocks it in out of bounds for Oliver Ames' first corner kick of the game. Oliver Ames very dangerous in the corner kicks normally, but as I mentioned, Milford one of the few teams in the Hockomock that can match them for size. You'll see Halama right now in front of the goalkeeper, but right behind him is their captain, Guy, who can match him for size. Lots of players gathering at the far post. Hanjani to get us restarted. Chips across the goal. Headed up by Guy. Hanjani now tries to cross it in. Knocks it off a Milford player for a throw, and Fedorchik over in to take that corner kick style throw. Expect some huge distance on this throw. Just over 5 minutes left in the first half. 0-0. Oliver Ames Milford. Number 1 in the state versus number 10 in the state. Fedorchik's throw gets to Babanikas. Tries to spring deeper into the box. Landaverde on the ball. Can't get that shot off. Gavin Earps a shot. Can't find anywhere in front of the goal that the goalkeeper couldn't get to. Smart play by Gavin to rip that shot. That's one of those things that if you try to settle that ball and you lose it, you're springing Milford on a counterattack here. Right idea to take the shot. Either you get it on frame or you miss it wide, but as long as Milford doesn't get that counterattack, that's the right play to go. Milford now with a throw in at about half. Quick substitution for them with 5 minutes left in the first half. Milford gets us restarted. Landaverde chips it forward looking for Walsh. Milford now with the ball pushing in. Fedorchik, powerful clearance by him. And Johnny got to it. Has Babanikas. Babanikas with Walsh and Johnny in front of him. Springs forward, finds Walsh. Does get his first touch to it. Chips it forward for Johnny. Got access to the box. Gives a shot off. Walsh coming in with a header. And it's in for Derek Walsh with a goal. 1-0 Oliver Ames versus Milford. Really supreme passing there between Babanikas, Walsh, and Hanjani, working creativity. A lot of creativity with them with their passing, not just simple passes, recognizing where each other is going to be, where they need the ball to be. Excellent passing moving forward. First blood for Oliver Ames, 1-0. Looks like the Milford goalkeeper is down in the goal. So concerns from the game switching to him now. Looks a little bit wrapped up in the net. Kind of has a limp coming out of the goal as well. Very concerned on that, but no issue from the referee. 1-0 Walsh scoring in back-to-back games now. Some concerns. Here comes a substitution at goalkeeper for Milford. Nothing you normally want to see. Ekanara substitution for Oliver Ames as well. Braz coming in for Ekanara. I'm not sure it's a winning strategy to go through Ekanara's head, but that's what they seem to be doing so far in this game, especially midfield. But Braz coming back on the field. Crowd getting into the game now after that first goal. Again, Milford not a slouch of a team, a very, very talented team with a lot of young players. There'll be a power in the Hockomock for some time here. So definitely not any time to take your foot off the gas. Long throw into the box. Not really communicated in terms of the Milford players as to what was going on there. So Gilson, great leadership from him, coming off, telling his defenders to clear out, letting him grab that ball. Launches it long. And Johnny tries to find Babanikas. They just can't settle that out of bounds for a Milford throw. Here comes Milford, definitely hungry for a goal. Babanikas to Braz. Braz looks for an option outside. No one's out there, though. Launches forward for Walsh, gets to the touch to it, has got Fedorchik. Fedorchik now on the ball, driving down the right-hand side, waiting for players to arrive. He's got 3 Milford players on him. Finds Babanikas in the box, who cannot connect correctly. Excellent vision from Fedorchik. 3 defensive players on him. Oliver Ames not fully in the box yet. Finds a ground pass to Babanikas, which is totally unexpected under that position. So unexpected that I think Babanikas just wasn't expecting the ball to get to him like it did. Probably expecting a chipper ahead. Substitution now, Schoenfeld back in the field. Schoenfeld looking great in the second half against North Attleboro, looking good in the first half of this. Getting those minutes, getting those well-deserved minutes. Milford with the control down their left-hand side. Looking to switch, stop the switch and bring it back. They're still trying to get past Browse, who's been having a good game defensively. Ball gets lost under Fedorchik's legs. Can't clear it correctly. Here comes that switch from Milford. Back across. Halama, great header to get that ball out of the defensive zone. Kellner from Milford. That ball gets past Halama. You're looking for a clear shooting opportunity from him. Milford still with possession offensively. Huge shot from well outside the box, picked up by Halama again. Clearance doesn't get past that midfield, though. Definitely probably a problem situation that Barada's going to discuss at halftime, is getting that ball out of the defense to those midfielders. Here comes Fedorchik. Player on his back coming on fast, pushes it forward to Walsh. Walsh can't get there, but Fedorchik's there for that second touch. Good play by him getting that back to Braz. Switches the field to Fisher. Fisher to Babanikas. Picked up by Milford. They try to clear it. Babanikas stuffs it out of bounds for an Oliver Ames throw under 2 minutes. Clock is stopped here at Muscato Stadium. 1-0 Oliver Ames. Long ball in from Milford. Gilson playing dangerous, well outside of his goal. Shields it out of bounds for a goal kick. I'm going to say good play by him with a question mark at the end, because I'm not sure if that was a good play or not. That seemed pretty dangerous to have your goalkeeper that far out of goal and outside of his box, but nonetheless, Oliver Ames goal kick. Mercieri, long ball, tries to find Hinjani, bounces off Hinjani's neck. Looks like Hinjani came on for Walsh during that goal kick. Milford trying to control the ball against Hinjani, and Schoenfeld putting the press on. They eventually come up this left-hand side of the defense, which seems to be their route. They're coming down the left-hand side an awful lot. Long shot from well outside the box. Over the goal, Gilson in the right position to guide that ball out of bounds if there's any problems there. That'll be a goal kick for Oliver Ames, getting close to the end of the half here. And that'll be the end of the half. We'll be back here on Easton Community Access TV. Halftime, 1-0, Oliver Ames over Milford. Welcome back to the second half here, starting a little bit earlier than anticipated, but your fearless commentator got back in time, a little bit out of breath. Definitely in great shape, and that run definitely didn't kill me. Oliver Ames 1, Milford 0, here on Easton Community Access TV. Oliver Ames' goal coming late in the second half here, or in the first half. Goal by Walsh, assisted by Hinjani, with excellent play forward from Babanikas. Here comes Milford, slicing intelligently through the Oliver Ames defense. Handsome Jacob Fedorchik gets it, clears it out of the way. His mother told me to say that. That's not true, she told me not to say that. Gilson gets us settled in here. Oliver Ames looking a little shaky coming out of that first, on this first minutes here. And Milford passing forward with intent. Gilson smashes the ball. Maybe his furthest kick of the season over both Hanjani and Walsh. Right into the Milford defense. Their clearance only as far as Braz. Fisher settles, gets it to Landaverde. Landaverde with Gavin on the left-hand side. Gavin space to dribble into. 3 Milford players converge, pushes it forward, wins the throw, and well done by Bailey Gavin on the left-hand side coming out of the defense. He'll get us restarted with a throw. A couple players in the box. Fisher coming short. Throw from Gavin. Babanikas tries to get ahead to it, but Milford clears it. Halama, long ball into the box, picked up by the Milford goalkeeper. Starting goalkeeper still injured and on the bench. Not sure who the backup goalkeeper is for Milford, either DeSantos or Mahanta. Either way, intelligent play, him coming off the box to get to that. Otherwise, he had a charging Walsh looking for a second coming into the box. Game here tonight between two highly seeded teams in Division II from Massachusetts. Number 1 with Olive Ames, number 10 for Milford. Milford long throw in, picked up by Fedorchik. Elbow backwards by Milford onto Hanjani, picked up by the referee. So Olive Ames with a free kick in about half. Mercier takes it quickly, finds Fedorchik. Fedorchik looking for Fisher. Cleared out by Milford. Now here comes Milford down the left-hand side. Fedorchik back to get a foot to it. Can't clear it past Medford's defense. Or midfield. Milford's midfield. Yep. Well defended by Fedorchik. Ball rolls out of bounds for an Oliver Ames free kick or goal kick. Short kick, high press by 3 Milford players. Mercier in the ball, launches the ball long, looking for Hanjani. And Johnny's pressure forces Milford to knock it out of bounds for an Oliver Ames offensive throw-in. Fedorchik's throw, picked up by, I believe that's Babanikas. Now Fisher outside the box, chips it in, looking for Babanikas. Walsh comes into it, gets ahead to it, and in for his second goal of the game. 2-0 Oliver Ames. Good push in there by Dylan Fisher. Babanikas and Walsh both charging at the goalkeeper, who really had a choice on, like, how am I going to cover both of these? Walsh gets the head to it, knocks it into the goal. 2-0 Oliver Ames. Here comes Walsh again, driving at the Milford defense, pushes around one defender, second defender gets it, pushes it back to the goalkeeper, who reaches down and picks up the ball. As we talked about Ikanaru's smart play earlier in the half, using his head to get it back to the goalkeeper. That's a pass back and an indirect free kick for Oliver Ames, just outside the goal zone or 6-yard box. asked for a whistle, asked for 10 yards. Normally you can get those quickly restarted. Walsh tried to get that done, but it's hard to coordinate on that. So indirect free kick here inside the box, which means someone has to touch the ball after the first player for it to be a goal. It cannot go directly into the goal. A rare situation here. You've got a kick inside of the box. Touch over to Babanikas. Babanikas' shot can't get through. Brazza's shot can't get through as well. Well defended and well saved by the Milford defense and goaltender. All Rams throwing. All Rams looking for a third goal here. You can feel the momentum in their favor, pushing forward now. Long throw. Babanikas on it. Turns. Tries to get it over to Henjani. Knocked out by Milford. Now that here they come. Huge amount of players pushing forward from them. 4 or 5 players pushing into the offensive zone. They lose control too quickly, and Fedorchik's there to smash that ball out. Ball bounces directly to the Milford goalkeeper. Pressed by Walsh. Ball goes back, has to get cleared quickly. Fisher's the first to get to that ball. All of Rams pressure, creating chances for them going forward here. Now you're going to have a Bailey Gavin throw-in. Not crazy deep, but be able to win that ball back off of offensive pressure certainly relieves any stress in that defense. Throw goes to Babanikas, tries to knock it across. Milford trying to clear the defensively now. Great tackle by Henjani, winning a throw-in by Oliver Ames. Excellent tackle by Cyrus Henjani. Excellent heads-up play by Gavin to get that ball to Walsh, charging into the corner on his own. Picked up by Milford's defense. Here comes Walsh, gets it to Babanikas. Babanikas dribbling around 2 players, chips it in. He's got Henjani Braz with a shooting opportunity. Can't connect with that ball on frame. Good shot by him. Might have even had a chance to touch that ball down. Was shocked how open he was in front of that box. Substitution now. Starting goalkeeper coming back in for Milford. Schoenfeld and Teixeira coming back on to replace Walsh and Henjani. Babanikas playing a little deeper than he was in the first half, moving back to more of an attacking midfielder position. Milford tries to get through Gavin, can't quite do it. Shielded by Halama and Mercieri, all the way back to Zach Gilson, comes off his line to pick it up. Looking for options, holding onto that ball a little long. No signal from the goalkeeper for him to push it out. He eventually does clear that ball with a large punt across midfield. Fedorchik gets that ball, pushes forward, tries to find Teixeira. Let a Milford player come in behind him and get in front of him to knock that ball out of bounds. All Rams throwing it about half. Teixeira right-hand side. Crossing opportunity, gets the cross off, but can't find anybody except for the Milford goalkeeper. Ball punted well over half. Huge punt for this Milford goalkeeper. Here they come. Getting past Halama, but Halama does a good job back-checking, and Mercieri slows them down. Landaverde and Fedorchik not on the same page clearing that ball. Milford still controlling the ball just outside the box. Milford a smart, good ball controlling team normally. Commentators curse as they kick that ball directly out of bounds. My bad. Fedorchik gets us restarted. Long throw. Babanikas pushes forward. Looking for Ben Schoenfeld, who was driving in aggressively. Couldn't get there in time. Milford with the ball in their defense. Share applying that speed that he always does when he's on the field. Ball goes forward, knocked out of bounds by Halami. Going to have a Milford throwing. Not even 10 minutes gone in the first half. Oliver Ames scoring their second goal. 2-0 Oliver Ames versus Milford. Substitution now. Fisher coming off, Icanaro onto the field. I believe the lineup that we're seeing right now is that you saw Babanikas push back into that center attacking mid. So Icanaro not on the field from the beginning of the half. He comes on for Fisher right now. Here's Icanaro on the ball now, pushing it wide for Gavin. He's got two players coming on to him. Ships it across the goal, headed by Babanikas. Not enough power on that to get past the goalkeeper. Goalkeeper lays the ball down for a defender to get us restarted. Fun looking play by Milford there. No idea why Oliver Ames has a throw, and I might have been checking my phone. Here comes Milford. Two players on this Oliver Ames defense. Good pass forward. Mercier knocked down from behind. No call made, but Gilson there again to pick that ball up. Gets it to Fedorchik, drives through a player. Gets it out of the defensive zone on his own. Forward to Teixeira. Can't turn it to Schoenfeld. Milford finding a wide open player down the left-hand side. Maneuvering and has got Braz on him now. Shipped in dangerously from Milford here. Heading opportunity. Headed back across the goal face. Looks like a handball from Milford inside the box. Referees called out. That'll be an Oliver Ames kick coming out. Oliver's making a substitution now. Mercier coming off the field for an injury, and I believe that's Hedrick on the far side of the field, who subs on, which pushes Alejandro Landaverde back. Fedorchik comes into that CDM position. Barada maneuvering his defensive positions around, for trying to cover for the Mercier injury. Fedorchik now at CDM. Finds that ball out to Hedrick. Hedrick launches the ball looking for Babanikas. Knocked out of bounds from Milford. Subs coming on now for Oliver Ames. Referee trying to get those subs to be a little bit more tighty. Players coming onto the field before players coming off the field. Walsh coming on. And Johnny coming on as well. I'm going to guess that's just a forward substitution, but how Johnny goes into that defense to give some instructions. And Johnny, absolutely a smart soccer player, really understands the flow of the game, understands the positioning, understands the beauty of the game. Not necessarily, I shouldn't say not necessarily, a lot more than other players at this age. So good for him to be going back and giving some instructions to players on defense who have been shuffled around recently. Huge knockout by Halama, but we had a foul at midfield, so Milford's going to get us restarted here. Sea of white jerseys pushing forward here, looking for a goal. They're going to need a goal soon if they're looking to get back into this game. About 30 minutes left in the half. Referee trying to position that ball correctly. 3 players back from Milford. Everyone else at the top of the line. Ball chipped into the box. Offsides called on Milford. JB calling in instructions to his defense, trying to get this team reorganized. Looks like Babanikas has been pushed back into a defensive role with Mercieri out. Long ball picked up by Milford, then by Braz. Braz with a charge in now. Options for him. Rips a shot from outside the box into the wide left. Braz now subbing off for Fisher. Walsh now picking up a mistake by Milford. Pushes into the box, goes across, tries to find Hinjani. Hinjani rips a shot. Fans calling for a handball on Milford. No call from the referee. Picked up by the Milford goalkeeper. He's going to one of these smashing kicks that he has. Goalkeeper's curse that doesn't make it out of the defensive zone. Picked up by Fisher. Goalkeeper's curse? Commentator's curse. Whatever. Ikanara, well played by him. Oh, not well played by him. Trying to get that ball back to Fisher. Couldn't connect with it as well as he wanted to. Milford on the left-hand side. Good passing, but great pickup by Babanikas to get over there and shut that down. Here comes Milford driving into the box. Good play by him. Good play by the Milford player getting around. Hedrick rips a shot, but directly at Gilson, who is well positioned to make that save. Long ball. First touch by Milford, but it looks like Henjani's going to get to it second just outside the box. Oh, that's Fedorchik over there, not Henjani. I'm sorry. There's been so much movement on this lineup. It's hard to keep track of right now. Fedorchik and Walsh playing in those forward positions right now. Quick restart from all the Ames. Babanika shooting from outside the box, picked up by a Milford player, knocked down and out. De Silva for Milford coming away with it, charging in at the box. Has got 5 players on him, finds his way into the box while dribbling towards the corner. Excellent play by him, knocked over by an Oliver Ames player to go out of bounds, I believe, for a Milford dangerous corner kick style throw here. Got to find a way to settle this defense here. Braz comes back in for Hedrick. Pushes Fedorchik back to the right defense position. Defenders now close to where you'd expect them to be, excluding the fact that Ryder Mercieri is not on the field right now. A throw comes in, headed on to Gilson, who picks up that ball, and hopefully is going to slow this game down for Oliver Ames. Just over 20 minutes left in the second half of the game. 2-0 Oliver Ames. Gavin coming on to that. 2 players on him. Gets it to Ikanaro. Ikanaro back to Halama. Launches it to Walsh, who heads it over to Braz. He's got Fedorchik charging down the right-hand side. Great awareness by Fedorchik to get up there. Shot in. Braz gets his head to it. Can't get it on frame, but Ikanaro is going to save that ball from going out of bounds. Has got Gavin behind him in options. Dribbles around all of the Milford defense to get that ball back to Halama. Ball eventually lost to Milford as Oliver Ames tried to break down that right-hand side. Now Fedorchik smashes that ball forward from going out of bounds. Picked up by Braz, chips it over to Walsh. He's got 2 players on him. Wins Oliver Ames a corner kick. OA corner kick now. And Johnny to take this. Always fun to see the defensive maneuvers for Barada here as we get to a corner kick. Mercieri coming back onto the field. Walsh comes off. Looks like Gavin was going to come off, but Walsh might be coming off holding his back. I can't tell specifically. Here comes the corner kick over everybody. Fisher tries to push the ball forward. Can't. Milford now with a throw-in. Milford playing with face. Good playing with pace. And faces, I suppose. Milford throwing. Ekenauer came over to shut that play down before it could develop. Looks like Braz and Hanjani at forward. Babanika's coming back into that center attacking mid position. And defensively, largely back to the normal starting rotation. Here comes Milford. Passed into the box, but just clearly not on the same page going forward here. Frustration by Lopez, who made a good maneuver on Ekenauer, turned, made a pass into the box, but no one coming onto that ball. Gilson getting us restarted. Ball launched over half. Eventually settles to Braz. Strong play by him, 3 players on him. Maneuvers out, but can't get it to another player. Braz on the ground, doesn't seem injured though. And Johnny pressuring the Milford defense, trying to get to it. I think he won a away corner kick. Referee agrees. Strong play by Hanjani to win a corner kick there. Really a lot of pressure to make that happen here. Defensively back, Gavin and Landaverde, Halama, and Babanikas in the box, as well as Fedorchik and Braz. Lots of tall heads in there. Ships comes in. Knocked out by Milford. Only as far as Fisher gets the shot off, ricochets off a player, but a good play by the Milford goalkeeper in order to get that deflected ball and corral it in. Definitely a 3-0 chance there for Oliver Ames. Braz, great pressure. Babanikas just outside the box, rips the shot, it's going to go wide. You're liking the shots here from Oliver Ames. You're liking the attacking from Oliver Ames here. Here comes Hanjani, player on his back here. Good job shielding it into the corner. Crossing opportunity. Knocks that cross. Does he win another OA corner kick? According to the referee, he does. Another OA corner kick. Here comes the defensive players forward. Mercieri's coming in, as well as Halama, of course. Fedorchik back again as Landaverde and Gavin. And Johnny. Great looping header picked up by Milford and then knocked outside the box. Milford's side's definitely a problem for this Oliver Ames team. Here comes the substitution. Walsh in for Ekenauer. Walsh flies into the corner, gets his head to it. Knocked out of bounds for a goal kick for Oliver Ames. No, it is a corner kick. Great win there by Walsh to win another corner kick. Comes in on the substitution, flies across the field. I believe he's playing in a forward position. I think I saw him calling Braz back to a midfield, which is more suited for both of them, at least in this game. And John did get us restarted. Generally the same positioning. Fisher, Landaverde, and Gavin back. Players at the far post except for Lama. Cross goes over everybody. Bobanicos was so close to getting his head to it. Knocked out by Milford for an OA throw-in. Be interesting to see what the referee asks Fedorchik to get us restarted. Looks like it's going to be just at the top of the box for the throw-in. Throw goes in. Picked up by Milford. Big fighting for it. Excellent shot comes through from Dylan Fisher. Rips that goal into the left-hand corner. 3-0 Oliver Ames. Beautiful, beautiful shot by Fisher, who's been on a lot of those corner kicks, hanging outside the box, waiting for those scrappy pickup balls that he can stuff back in. Well-deserved goal from him. That thing was very pretty. Timeout here, assuming from Milford here. 3-0 goals from, I believe, Walsh, and then Fisher. Fisher's second goal of the season, if I'm not mistaken. Goal against KP, and then a goal here against Milford. 3-0 on senior night. A great showing here from Oliver Ames against a very, very tough Milford team. Always great to see the seniors get to start the game on the senior night. Largely a good performance by all of them. A lot of them actually earning more minutes into this game. Hedrick getting back on the field. Schoenfeld getting back on the field. Teixeira, who's been getting decent minutes at forward the entire game. I mean, you watch him play. I mean, he's going to give you as much as he can with his running, which is what you want to see out of a forward here. You don't need to see players trying to reserve energy towards the end of the game. Substitutions are free here in high school football. High school football? Ugh. High school soccer. It's called soccer. Players rejoining the field after a timeout from Milford. Milford's got to be hurting that this game is 3-0. They definitely are a strong team, and we're definitely looking to steal some points from Oliver Ames. Get the upset. They have the skill to do it, no doubt. Milford gets us restarted. Just over 15 minutes left in the game. Long ball in from Milford. Gavin gets to it first. Second touch, though, to Milford. Close out of bounds, called by the referee down here right in front of us. Milford getting frustrated with that call. Gavin will get us restarted. He's got Bob Benikas in front of him as the obvious option pushes longer, looking for Walsh. Can't get to him, picked up by Milford. I've commented a lot on Milford's size, and it's true they've got a lot of players that can match size. Here comes Milford with a shot just outside the box. One of the things that I'm noticing that they're missing, though, is that size in the midfield. Babanikas is absolutely running that midfield with, his height and his ability to make sure so it's not getting to those Milford players correctly. Long throw from Milford coming back in. Here they go at midfield, getting us restarted. Good playing, good skill by them. You can tell they're clearly a good and talented team. Switch fields again. Now they're looking to drive down the right-hand side. Gavin has it. Can't shield it. It's probably too far to get it out of bounds for a goal kick. Knocks off a Milford player for a throw-in here. Long throw from Gavin. Looks like Babanikas might be coming away with that. Has got Hanjani springing down. Goes to Walsh, who's definitely offsides there, probably by 5 yards or so. Good idea by Babanikas, who had options around him, but goes back to Walsh, who was just offsides. Sounds of screams here on October. I'm guessing that's the girls soccer team coming back from their game in Milford. Aggressive attack on Babanikas' back there. Not called for anything by the ref. Milford now looking to get control at midfield. Fighting through Dylan Fisher. Now they're on to Fedorchik. Through Fedorchik. Good play by the Milford player, looking for a call inside, not getting it from the referee. Here it comes out. Babanikas gets through a player. He's got options in front of him. Walsh holding back that run, scared of that offsides again. And Johnny can't get through players, gets knocked pretty violently down the right-hand side. He's taking a seat now up front. Got hit hard. Here comes Milford on the left-hand side. The game won't stop until it goes out of bounds. Now stoppage for the injury. I believe that's in Johnny. It's hard to see from this distance, especially this late at night for old folks like myself. Yeah, and Johnny again, his second injury he's picked up this game. That was a violent hit by the Milford player against Johnny, who was running down near full speed. Teixeira back on for Johnny. Babanikas wins and Oliver Ames throw. Milford asking the Oliver Ames players to get going faster. Fedorchik gets us restarted. Very long throw picked up by Milford first. Halama knocks that ball out. Can't get it out of bounds, though. Now an away throw. Milford getting frustrated with these calls from the referee. Good sportsmanship there by Fedorchik, not wasting the time on the throw. Here comes Walsh on the right-hand side. Gets around a player, has got options in front of him. Can't get it to anyone, but Babanikas backs him up. Babanikas now in the box. Shooting opportunity for him. Great save by the Milford goalkeeper, pushing that wide out of bounds for another Oliver Ames corner kick. And Johnny off the field. Looks like Walsh will take this one. Watching that defense to see what Barada calls for. Already up by 3. Keeping Landaverde and Gavin back. Walsh's kick. A lot of players in that far post. Goes up and over. Outside the box, headed in by, I believe, Fedorchik. Picked up by Milford before it can get to the goal. Halama can't get there. Here comes Milford on a counterattack around Landaverde. Some miscommunication allows Landaverde to get back. Now Fedorchik's defending. Shot from way outside the box and probably a mishit as that misses wide and out. Oliver Ames goal kick here, and we are looking for a substitution. Kevin Anera coming onto the field. Some seniors getting some extra minutes here, given the score here. Don't see a lot of Kevin playing, but when you do, he's clearly got skills in the ball and has got surprising speed for his size. Let's see if we can use that here. Here comes Anera. Walsh helping him out on the right-hand side. Walsh looking to get across and can't get around one defender. Turns, does get the cross off. Gets to Braz outside the box. Braz goes back to where Walsh is. Walsh comes in, knocks it off a Milford player for another corner kick. So Walsh will take this corner kick. 3 players back, including Fedorchik, who's normally up there on corner kicks right now. Low kick by Walsh, headed by Kevin Anera, who got that ball on frame. That was close. Good strong header by him. Barada asking for his players to get back with these long kicks from the Milford goalkeeper. Braz defends slowly. Milford looking to get the ball restarted quickly, probably under 10 minutes. Yes, 9 minutes, 30 seconds left in the game. Milford with control, about 20, 30 yards outside of the box. Chip goes in. Mercier can't get to it. People calling for a handball. They do eventually get it. More subs lining up for Oliver Ames now. Mercier on the ball. So Walsh back at midfield for Kevin Anera up front. Ball's long for Babanikas. Good touch by him into the box. Controls it into the corner, kicked out of bounds. You're going to have another Oliver Ames corner kick. They're continually winning corner kicks coming out of the back here. Substitution now coming on. Schoenfeld on for Gavin. Singleton, who actually played very, very good in that first half, back on the field as well. I'm guessing for our foul on, I'm gonna guess that's called on Halama coming out, so Milford to get us restarted. So Anera, Teixeira, Singleton. The forwards here for Oliver Ames. Anera using his speed to pressure Milford's defense. They can't clear it. Walsh out now with the ball. 3 or 4 players on him. Chips it over looking for anybody. Eventually finds himself. I don't know how that happens. Babanikas can't get it past Milford's defense. Some chippy play going on in the center here. Neither team really coming down with more than 1 or 2 touches on the ball. Now here comes Milford after a hard tackle on Braz, who gets back up. Fedorchik trying to defend 2 people, gets back in front of the ball. Milford turning, gets it past Walsh towards the center. Babanikas is there to clear it, tries to find either Braz or Teixeira, but picked up by Milford. Milford's long chip at the box. Great header back by Halama. Heads up play by him. Pun unintended, but I'll take it either way. Long kick out by Gilson. Singleton gets the ball. Over to Teixeira. Devin playing well here on senior night. Braz turns and comes away with it. He's got options in front of him, including Anera and Teixeira. Finds Anera just outside the box, bumped off by Captain Guy, who does turn past Teixeira and gets that ball out of there. Strong defending by Guy. Milford now driving into the box. Chip on from them, and they're going to get their first goal of the game. Strong play by Milford coming in, wrapping around that corner here. Just over 5 minutes, 3-1, Oliver Ames. Subs coming on now. Halama coming off. Mercier coming back on after that injury. That's good to see. Falconeri coming on for Teixeira. Walsh off. Schoenfeld off. Hard to keep track of all these substitutions now. 5 minutes left in the game. 3-1. Blood in the water for Milford, who are seeking their way back into this game. Anera pressures, gets the ball out of bounds off a Milford player for an Oliver Ames throw-in here. Whistle on the far side. I'm not sure if we're looking for a substitution here or if some conversation going on over with Jacob Fedorchik, who was over on the sideline. Looks like Connor Hedrick was subbing on for Fedorchik, is my guess. And Hedrick coming on over to take that throw. Hedrick takes the throw, finds Singleton. Braz chips over to Singleton. Singleton gets it back to himself, shooting opportunity, but picked up by a bunch of Milford players who are converging on him at the same time. Here comes Milford. Ball comes back. Singleton out to Falconeri. Can't get there in time. Here comes Milford on the left-hand side. Fedorchik getting in there, getting the ball out. Good play by him, getting that, not allowing for the deep throw-in from Milford. Gilson off his line and onto that ball. Clock has stopped here at Muscato Stadium. And they're coming on strong. Can't get his head to it. Into the Milford defense as they clear it, but only as far as Braz. Braz back to Hedrick. Time to pick his head up and look. Looks to find Singleton. Over to Babanikas to Braz. All of them slowing down that play a little bit with the time left in this game. Babanikas to Hedrick. Hedrick forward to Inera. Can't get his foot to it. It might be rolling out of bounds for a Milford goal kick. Substitution now again for Oliver Ames. Looks like Walsh coming back on for Inera. Fisher coming back on for Singleton. (3-1) under 5 minutes to go. Goals by Walsh and Fisher tonight for Oliver Ames. Late goal by Milford. Babanikas taking control of this game in the second half largely. Driving in, taking the ball from Milford, driving in his own, tries to push it forward from Walsh, but a little far in front of him. And Walsh certainly holding back, driving in, doesn't want to be offsides. Huge push in the back on Dylan Fisher. Braz comes over to fake the quick shot, pushing Milford back. Owe looking to slow things down here. Referee stopping his watch until this gets kicked. Kick comes in, knocked out of bounds from Milford. Substitution now for Oliver Ames. Falconeri coming off. Singleton coming back on, I believe. At a forward position. Hedrick gets us restarted, gets it to Walsh, kicks it on into Milford's defense, who have to clear it immediately. Good body movement by Fisher to make sure Milford can't really do much with that. Ball goes long, picked up by the Milford goalkeeper. Didn't want to waste time running out of bounds to try to get to that. Pushes everyone forward. Huge boot forward, really high. It's going to land at about midfield. Fisher brave lip to get his head to that. Fedorchik bravely over to get that ball launched out of bounds here. Ball quickly back in by Milford. Chipped in just outside the box. Milford with Fedorchik covering them. Into the box comes in. Gilson off his line. Smart catch by him, and that is the whistle. End of the game here. OA wins here in senior night, 3-1. Excellent play by the number 1 ranked team in Division II. You're expecting that ranking to continue after 2 wins this week. Strong play by all of Ames, great play by the seniors, and congratulations to all those players for their careers here in Easton. Thank you for joining, and we will be back for the next OA home game.
ECAT's production of OA Sports are provided by Morse Insurance, Weinstein and Keach, we sell real estate, Michael Associates, Ltd., the Easton Lions Club. ECAT would like to thank all the sponsors for support of producing OA Sports.